Yeah, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Sean, for the introduction. And I'd like to thank the speakers that spoke ahead of me and for those for the welcoming address, the keynote speech. Thanks so much. Yeah, just a quick brief about what is happening in West Africa. And I'm just going to mention some few cases, but we're going to have, the players themselves, three of them, I'm going to talk about what they do and how they are innovating around plastic waste management in West Africa. And in West Africa, we have about 16 countries in West Africa. So first of all, let's see from the UNEP, we can see that about 13% of the municipal solid waste generated in Africa is plastic. And unfortunately, even though the report also says that 70 to 80% of those waste could be recycled, but only 4% are being recycled. And so that shows that we still have a long way to go and to save our planet and also to create an environment, a good environment for ourselves in Africa and West Africa in particular. Yeah, so key players in the plastic waste in West Africa, several of them, I've just mentioned them and not go into details about what they do. I'll just pick a few of them and talk about what they do. But I mentioned some of them. We have the MIRA project. We have MIRA Mindful Intelligent Recycling Assistant. We have the Sports Green. We have the Katani Social Recyclers, Green Hill Recycling, Trash Monger, Com Recycle, Green Tech Bionics Ventures, Scarpace, Recycle Gab, Recycle Points, Recycland, Oku Eco, Trash to Cash, Eco Future, Chanjadati, then Waste Bazaar, Givo. Some of them we've interacted with them. And like I said, three of them also will be telling us what they do. And Recoplast, and Viola, Colibar, Reaval, Easy Waste. There could be some others that we're not able to get, but these are the ones we are familiar with, and they do different things and in terms of managing plastic waste in West Africa. Yeah, so, well, I'll focus more on some of the ones I have here, but the first three here, the Recycle Point, Chanjadati, and Macintosh are going to present later. So the columns were presented in the columns there, we have key players from 4 countries. Nigeria, the first column is for Nigeria, the second column is Ghana, the third one is Cote d'Ivoire, and the last one is Senegal. And so later on, we'll listen to 2 of these companies in Nigeria and also one from Ghana. Let me just say generally, what we've seen generally among them, those that are using digital innovation, we've seen the use of SMS, for giving information and also for kind of linking waste collectors to those that are managing the waste. We've seen also use of mobile apps. Some are using mobile apps, not so many of them, but quite a few number of them are using mobile apps. And that makes it easier for the collectors to communicate with the aggregators and also with the recyclers. Then we've seen also use of web application, and we also see the use of artificial intelligence and Internet of Things, but just very few, and even not well developed as of now. But I believe with this platform, and as we move on, we're seeing more other innovations coming in. So let me just talk about a few of them. So Coliba is in Cote d'Ivoire and as well in Ghana. So they use web application, and mobile apps, and SMS. And they use the mobile app to schedule plastic waste. Sorry, excuse me, let me just minimize this thing. Okay, to schedule plastic waste pickups, and they map the users to the closest waste picker. So that means you can easily know who is close to you that can come and pick up your waste. So when you want them to come and pick up your waste, you make a request, and the pickers that are close to you can actually be mapped to you, and they get the waste from you. And so they also use the app to report piles of rubbish. So that means people can kind of scan and send piles of rubbish they see around, and they will be able to link collectors to those, because by the time they are sending the pictures is geolocated, they have all the coordinates, and they can actually send collectors to collect those piles of rubbish. And another thing they do is that they teach users how to properly separate waste, which is, I think, is very important, because if the waste are separated from source, it reduces the work of all the players. So the app teaches users on how to separate waste for efficient processing. And from statistics, they're able to recycle 5,000 tons of plastic in 2019. Another interesting one is Mira, Mindful Intelligence Recycling Assistant. And so it uses natural language processing, an aspect of artificial intelligence, to try to kind of interact with users. So they engage in natural conversation with users on what and how and where to recycle plastic waste. So kind of making it look more natural to them, trying to understand what kind of waste they want to recycle, where to go to, and what to do. Now, that one is Okweko, which is also an app, and it uses image recognition to educate households about recycling and also link them with merchants who can trade their waste for cash credits or mobile data transacted through the secret online platform. And so also equipped with GPS, they can actually connect the people together. So in summary, what we see is that most of the players here play around, at the level of connecting collectors, and some of them, they connect collectors to waste, where the waste is. Some just get collectors to bring the waste to their own offices or their own centers, and they eventually kind of do the first processing of the waste, grinding the waste, and then getting that across to recyclers. Now, let me just say some things before leaving the stage for the three companies that we're talking about what they do. Generally, the gaps we see here is that a lot of manual things are still going on. With most of the players, a lot of manual things are still going on. So we need to look at how more and more of them can deploy mobile applications and do their work. And not all the collectors may be able to use smartphones. Let me just put it that way. But we still, you can use the use of SMS can also be encouraged more. And also, we need to move from just connecting and go to the extent of having AI-enabled devices that can also separate waste, because just using collectors alone that goes around to pick plastic or even separate the waste manually. A lot of efforts are being made, but they are still limited in what they are doing. And so that is why the report is showing that we have less than 10% of the waste being recycled. Plastic waste now, not general solid waste. Less than 10% being recycled because a lot of manual things are still going on. And so some of the gaps include creation of databases. They need to create databases, and they need to track. Not all of them are tracking the waste they collect. Not everybody's tracking. Only few are tracking, and they can report back and say they've processed this so amount of waste. So that is important. Be able to have a platform for them to automate what they do, and also use of AI tools and Internet of Things tools and blockchain technology to be able to help them to better, to be more productive, really, and increase the amount of waste they're able to collect and also to process within the short time they have. So I will just leave the stage now for the three key players from West Africa that are going to present what they do. And thank you for listening.